Yo, did you know that Roseanne Barr and Candace Owens had beef? I was today years old when I found that out. I thought they both liked each other, but obviously I was wrong because why does Roseanne Barr want to kick Candace Owens' ass? But go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll get right into it after the intro. All right. So, as you guys know, Candace Owens has been a huge critic of Israel. And you know, anytime anybody criticizes Israel, everybody gets up in arms because you can't say nothing. Even though you're not talking about Jews, you're talking about their government. Everybody gets up in arms. So, Roseanne had something to say. So, let's go ahead and watch this. Now, I might not agree with Roseanne. Actually, I don't like her at all. However, anytime anybody drags Candace Owens and reminds her that she's black and she can't get away with the other stuff, well, things that the others can, I love it. So here we go.
Monster.
Oh, hold on. Let me turn it up, you guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what's your take on Candace Owens? Monster. Yeah, what's your take on Candace Owens?
Monster.
If
I see the bitch, I'll knock her the fuck out.
She loves peddling.
She loves what?
Peddling conspiratorial crap.
Wait.
She's an Islamist.
You'll knock her the out? Is that what we're doing? And by the way, Candace looked like she can't fight, so I believe Roseanne could knock her out. I'm just gonna say that. But let's continue.
You think she's an Islamist?
Islamicist. Yeah, everything she says is straight out of it.
Where do you think this came from? Because she obviously used to be, as recently as 5 years ago, for sure.
She's getting paid by Jews, so she was doing that number.
Meaning what?
Well, I think Ben Shapiro said it to her straight. If you feel taking money from the Jews is against your God, then by all means quit.
Yeah.
And her answer to that was, are you saying I can't quote the Bible?
Yeah.
She's friggin' crazy. I think, like everybody I saw in the left, because, you know, I ran for president as a socialist in 2012, and I seen right through it because God makes me see things. And I'm always like, why do I have to see this? Why am I seeing this when nobody else is? But he makes me see it. Everywhere I go with somebody, I'm like, what? Nobody else is seeing or saying this. But I think when she got fired for being, you know, a Jew hater, and she is a Jew hater on every level. And
she's only a Zionist hater. She's not a Jew hater.
No, she's a Jew hater.
I'm being sarcastic, but yes.
No, she's a Jew hater.
Yeah.
And from medieval times with her blood libel bullshit and all that stuff. But it obviously comes down to this. She's taking the Qatari money. Hello. There's nothing else. That's it. They're all taking Muslim Brotherhood money, and that's why.
So one thing, Candace is not getting money from Qatari because definitely they don't want anything to do with her. Nobody wants anything to do with Candace as far as backing her now that she went against Israel, right? But I want to say this. Candace is not a Jew hater. Like I said, she has talked about Israel, and anytime you talk about Israel, that get misconstrued as being anti-Semitic or anti-Israel, anti-Jewish, and it's not at all. And Roseanne is one of those people who proudly is a Zionist and does not care about anybody that criticizes Israel at all. Even though we see what they're doing over there in the Middle East, you can't criticize them at all. And that's crazy. But I do like how she pointed out, like, yeah, you were over there and you were fine originally when you're getting the money from the Jews. And then you wanted to talk crap about them. And then Ben Shapiro told you, you need to get, if you don't want to take, if you think that taking money from the Jews is bad, then get your ass up out of here. And rightfully so. she should have got fired or kicked out, because again, you can't talk all this crap and then think that you're going to be able to go against your oppressor, because at the end of the day, she was hired for one thing. She was hired to attack black people. So when you got out of line and you started straying a different direction, they were like, hold on. We just got you here to talk about the blacks, not everybody else.
They're saying shit about the Jews.
Yeah. What's your take on free speech in contrast to what's happening with, let's say, Candace and Ian Carroll, Dan Bilzerian, all these rabid anti-Semites, really, that's what they are. Are you a free speech absolutist? So
Yep.
when does it cross into hate speech? Is there anything that shouldn't be allowed? What's your feelings on that?
Well, I'm a free speech absolutist. And yeah, the thing about free speech that's so great and why I'm for it.
I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. Well, you're distracting me.
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure it comes out.
All right.
It's good, yeah.
The great thing about free speech is you're free to say whatever you want, and then you also have to take the retort. So it's great. She has to take the retort and the consequence of the lies she's peddling, and nobody dares call her out. And a few even non-Jews are calling her out, a few Christians, and a few Jews, but not too many, because that's how it goes under mind control. And a few black Christians are calling her out too. And a few of her family members are calling her out. Specifically, her own father-in-law is calling her pretty much a Nazi, and his son. And
I remember there was something about like her father-in-law had tweeted like he doesn't condone things that Candace Owens is saying, because he's a part of like some kind of Israel Christian Alliance group or something like that. So he had to come out and say that he don't condone the stuff that Candace Owens was saying. So again, I think that marriage is a cover-up for something. I think her and her husband only have sex to procreate. They don't have sex for enjoyment, but that's a different topic for a different show.
Stop speaking with them because he is part of the whole
here we go.
Jewish Christian Alliance, a friendship in the UK. And he's like, I can't believe this is my daughter-in-law.
The bullshit thing is that she sits there saying how Christ is king, and she
of the Jews
tries pretending though that she's not saying it in any capacity to offend Jews. And she says it with a straight face.
Good for her. She can say Christ is king all day, but I wish she'd finish it. Christ is king of the Jews. That's what the Romans branded him. And she should finish it. But she really likes Roman propaganda. They're the ones who invented Christianity. And she loves their Roman propaganda. Her husband's in the big Rome.
Yeah.
And she's one of them. And if you're going to look at people taking government money from the United States, let's talk about Catholic Charities and their NGOs. Let's talk about the UN and the Vatican trafficking children so she's bringing that up about Jews and their.
And Candace has became a Catholic in the last 2 years. So, I mean, yeah, I always criticize the Catholic Church. And by the way, I'm not Catholic, but, they deal with a lot of different stuff. And, there's a lot of predators in there. And they should be called out, rightfully so. I agree with Roseanne on that.
Pedophiles.
Now, the Roman propaganda against Jews, that's bullshit. But the stuff about the Catholic Church, agree.
That Israel was established to save pedophiles. What about the Vatican, bitch? What about your fucking people? Why don't you remove the beam in your eye instead of the sliver in mine, as Jesus, the King of the Jews, told you?
Yeah, no.
I got all worked up. I am so sick of these people who are Nazis. They're on the left and they're on the right. That's why it was called National Socialism. That's why Hitler and Stalin had a pact. They're just Jew haters on both sides of the coin. And,
there's no Nazis on the left. all the Nazi, all the people who identify as Nazis, they're on the right and they vote Republican. All the hate groups, well, let me take that back. Most of the hate groups, like the white nationalist groups and stuff, they all identify as Republicans. They identify with the right. So
equate Jews with money, and they like to rob Jews. And they do rob Jews. They rob us of our lives. They rob us of our homeland. They rob us of our history. They rob us of our Torah. And, you know, they're just bad people. Anti-Semites are bad people.
Yeah, that's 100% factually correct. As is anyone that hates any particular ethnicity, I would venture to say as well.
But no.
Yeah, if you are anti-Semitic, yeah, you are hateful. You are the worst of the worst. But if you are just criticizing a government, just like you criticize the government of the United States, that doesn't necessarily mean that you hate the people. You're criticizing the government, right?
Nobody hates like Jew haters.
Yeah.
I mean racists against Black people in America, you know, their racism is based on the fact that they think Black people are less than they.
Yeah.
But anti-Semitism is based on fear and loathing of somebody who is, just by virtue of being alive, you fear, and anti-Semite fears, makes them look small.
Yeah. No, at its root, it's just honestly, it's a jealousy.
I think people who hate Black people, they have a fear of us too. I mean, they've talked about it back then. Like, if you give them any kind of authority or power, they might try to overthrow us. Like, they were always worried about that.
See, it's a hate us because you ain't us. I actually 100% believe that, because if you're just, or it's a conspiracy concept of the Jews are controlling the world and therefore I should hate them because they don't really deserve the accomplishments and success that they have. Because if you're just looking at it from an outside perspective, and you're not claiming there's a conspiratorial factor to it, Jews contribute a significant amount to the world compared, for sure, to proportionally to the, you know, how many of us there are, right, percentage wise. And we really don't do anything aside from build up societies, make money, you know, win Nobel Peace Prizes. We've won what, 20?
We have a lot of horrible people.
We do. Oh, I'm for sure.
Until we like count them out and go, you're excommunicated, it's going to fall on us. And that's why they use us. That's why they triangulate Jewish lives and parlay them into their personal power, as does every other leader of any ethnic minority. They turn their people in so they can get money. That's what the Jews do too. And we have to name it, and we have to get rid of it.
What do we do with the Chuck Schumers of the world?
Now, I have to agree with Roseanne on that one. Okay, she dropped a few bars with that one. Yeah, okay, I agree with that one. But a lot of the whole everybody hate the Jews and all this other stuff, that's all that. Listen, that's propaganda for them. That anti-Semitism propaganda, like that's what she's basically speaking to. But I find this interesting because I know that Roseanne and Candace, they've done interviews on each other's shows, and so this was interesting that this clip popped up. I think because I've been looking at all the Candace versus the Macron family, and so this video popped up for me. So let me know if you guys knew that they had beef or anything going on. Let me know what you guys think as well too. Do you think that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite, or do you think that Roseanne is way out of line and out of pocket? I think both sentiments can be true. Now, do I personally feel that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite? No, I don't. I think Candace knows her brand is with conspiracy theories, and whatever the hottest trend or conspiracy theory is, this is what she's going to run with. I don't think she has loyalty to anybody. This is why you see she's flipping on Trump and certain people, because she has no loyalty. She's going to go wherever the money is going, and wherever the trend is going, that's where she's going to go. But anyway, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for watching the show, but we out of here, y'all.